All right, class, you can see up here on the board that we have jumped out of our telling time unit, and we're jumping into a new module. This is module 6. Okay, parents, I'm going to upload a kind of an overview, but basically what module 6 is a big comprehensive review of everything that we've talked about this far in the year. Okay, so we're going to jump into tape diagrams, and for parents, because I'm relying on you for help in the assignments, and students, as you do the work, for you to most importantly understand this, I'm going to give you kind of I'm going to explain to you why we use tape diagrams and why they're so important. Okay, so here is a tape diagram. Okay, we've got two parts in this box, and then kind of these lines that lead up to where our total is going to be. Okay, now today we're going to be finding a mystery number, but we're going to use a subtraction problem. Okay, we're going to find the difference to find out what that mystery number is. Okay, so our total is going to go up at the top, and our two numbers are going to be here. Now, class, if you'll remember, I intentionally make one box smaller than the other, so that way my smaller number goes in the smaller area and my bigger number goes in the bigger area, and hopefully you will do the same. Now, if you wanted to make them equal, because obviously I don't have a template for this tape diagram, I just draw them, and that'll be what I'll ask you to do as well, like on problem sets and scratch paper or anything. If you wanted to make the boxes the same size, and then go ahead and move your line over to make a smaller box once you figure out what the two parts are, that would be fine. Okay, for me, I'm just gonna kind of think about the number sentence ahead of time. So I'm gonna give an example here. I'm gonna read a story problem, and we're gonna use this tape diagram to help us. Now, again, I said today we're going to be dealing with subtraction problems. So I'm gonna go ahead and just build a subtraction problem up here. Okay, a blank one. All right, so here is the story. Rose wrote 8 letters to her friends. Her goal is to write 12 letters. How many more letters does she need to write to meet her goal? All right, and like I said before, prior to this, we talked a lot about mystery number, right? And so when we were building an addition sentence, the mystery number was usually in the middle or at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, but since we're using a subtraction problem, okay, we're gonna plug in the two numbers that we know that the story told us, and then find the answer, and that's gonna be how we figure out what numbers go into our tape diagram. Okay, so if I read that again, Rose wrote 8 letters to her friends, and her goal is to write 12 letters. Now, parents, just to bring you in on the same wavelength here, I usually say the word total. Okay, so for me, if I was reading that second sentence, I would say her goal is to write 12 letters total, so that we know that the 12 goes up at the top of the tape diagram. Okay, and then the other number that we know is Rose wrote 8 letters to her friends. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the big box, because I'm just thinking about the number sentence, the subtraction sentence a little ahead of time, because now I'm going to plug these two numbers in. Now remember, when we subtract, we always have to start with the bigger number. Okay, and so the bigger number here is 12 minus 8. All right. And if I was going to use snap cubes to help me count, okay, I've got 12, I take away 8 of them, and that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 goes here, and if I was reading the subtraction sentence, it would say 12 minus 8 equals 4. And like I said, I was kind of thinking ahead about the number sentence and knew that my smaller number was going to go in the smaller box. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me, but good luck on Module 6, Lesson 1.